zoning into north, or we will be shortly. Interesting. Some notable lineup changes on both teams. Interesting. All right.
Which side do you want to take off to start?
I'll do the GGWP here. GGWP coming back with almost the exact same lineup here. Sticking with Montana and Shikishima, that worked great for them last game. Sticking again with double Salem. Oh, I gotta turn Duke off. He is gabbing away. Give me a minute here. Shut up, Duke. God, you're annoying.
You forgot to take
I forgot to turn Duke off. All right, so they've traded the Goliath for a third Salem and picked up a Venezia in lieu of the Hindenburg. Still running a Gearing, and then swapping. Let's say last time we had Shimakaze, Gearing, and double Marceau. Now we have Gearing, Daring, and Marceau. So just getting rid of a destroyer, picking up another cruiser.
Yep. And then over on the NACL side, we've got a Yamato and a Kremlin now. Yoshino's.
Yes, I was hoping you would comment on that.
And then we've got double Moskva and Daring, Marceau, and Holland. So it looks like they're happy with their destroyers for whatever the case may be. But now they're trying to figure out what they could do differently with their cruisers.
Indeed.
Give me a second. I'm going to take my headphones off and try to listen to my audio output and see what's going on. So
okay, sure
go
thing.
ahead and talk for a minute.
Sure thing. So as we look at the overall map here, you can see GGWP opting for a 1 destroyer per cap split, although the Marceau that was headed to C is apparently going to decline that cap and move out to the 9 line there. Daring looking like he's going to try and get flipped around, and so he can reverse back into that cap, and then it looks like we're setting up for Gearing versus Holland arrangement over here at A. Both Yoshino's playing that A flank as well. Shikishima's shots coming in on TGK, no dice, falling short there as he's angled out. Now, GGWP has opted for a very light A side here, opting for just Whaler's Venezia backing up Velius's Gearing. Velius trying to get on the top end of the A cap here. Most of their force, their big major push seems to be, again, the double Salem, probably focusing on the 9 line here, led by Gentleman Walrus's Marceau. Looks like he's probably looking at contact with the opposing Marceau very soon. Yeah, right there, they probably just caught a glimpse of each other. Let's see what happens. Definitely going to be some early action here, because in a moment, Yugumo Kai is going to come around the island, and Gentleman Walrus is going to be right there. And he's got a little more backup behind him with the double Salem. Trading very well early here. Gentleman Walrus really hammering Yugumo's Marceau early on. And now the Salem still.
Holland torp. Holland just took a torp at A.
Did he? Oh, he did. Look at that. Took a Gearing torp. Obi-Wan taking some early damage. Where is he? He's in the middle of the board. I'm guessing that was a Yamato punch through the bow there. But that Salem heal is going to keep him in the game very handily. Double Salem and Marceau really beating Yugumo Kai Ni down to about 40% of his HP very quickly here. Less than 4 minutes gone in the game. Gearing out spotting the Holland here, so we must be looking at, we're probably looking at I'm guessing a unique or a legendary Gearing here. The out spotting him, able to push Vader back off the cap. That's going to allow Velius to pick up A. And on a side that's kind of weak, let's be honest. I mean, comparatively, although the Shikishima is here, I can't really call that weak, I suppose. But that's really noteworthy. God, the sound of those Shikishima guns is just so monstrous. Every time
I love those 510s.
Oh, every time they go off, it's like you can feel your heart thud. It's like being at the gun range when the guy in the stall next to you is shooting his .357 Magnum. Your heart skips a beat. Those Magnum loads just woof. Obi-Wan Kenobi playing a dangerous game here, trying to farm this Yamato. It looks like he's probably able to do it. I guess they can't see him. They cannot see him at all. That's really good positioning by Kenobi.
Okay, so my chat is telling me that my sound is working fine as soon as I switched scenes. So it's the scene with the two speakers that
Okay.
seems to be busted up.
Okay. We'll troubleshoot that in between games. We'll have a look at it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to.
Okay. Well, GGWP out to an early lead here, picking up 2 caps. 5 minutes gone here in game 2, looking really solid. It looks as if maybe NACL's plan is to just try and trade better early. They're playing so far back off the caps, with the exception of Yugimokai's Marceau, who's decided they're going to pick up C to kind of stem some of the bleeding here.
Right.
That will allow them to like marginally keep up with scoring. They'll continue to fall behind, but might at a much slower rate.
Interesting to note, though, that I mean both teams have been playing very carefully here. We haven't had a kill yet. I mean, we're almost 6 minutes in now, right?
Yeah, yeah. Whereas last game there were 3 ships dead by this point.
Exactly the point.
Now,
right.
I'll tell you who I'm if I'm playing in this game and I'm playing on the NACL side, the ship that I am just the most that's just making me pucker if I'm driving one of these Yoshinos. Every time that Shikishima pulls the trigger, my butt puckers up. Like, just, here it comes. Oh my god, you just never know when one of these shells is going to just wreck you.
Speaking of which,
yeah, I'm saying like Wolfie, like I love that they brought Yoshinos, but Wolfie is playing a very dangerous game out here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I just heard those 510s again.
Yeah, like he's just cycling those things as fast as he can pull the trigger. And you're in a Yoshino. It's not like you're going to get away and go dark that easy. Like, the detection is low, but it's still like 11 something. Yep, there was a sit.
Oh,
or at least a couple of full pins. It was about a 10K hit.
And the thing is, by the time that shell lands, it's already here comes the next salvo,
like,
right?
Shikishima cares not for your armor, sir. Now, I do like what NACL's done here. Now Yugimokai's doing something that I do like, but I think it's going to cost him his ship. He's about to turn into B. They came back. They brought him back off the 9 line to cap C. They're going to shove him into B. Well, they looked like they were going to. Let's see what he does here.
Oh, look at Patch. Look at Patch. Patch is in trouble.
Well, he's
the Kremlin.
I mean, they moved him up into the cap. Oh, is he going to get conga line torped? He's going to get conga torped. No, they're all going to fall. They're all going to fall astern of him, Zath.
He's gonna be very happy of that.
Now, he is still in trouble, right? He's got a Montana on his broadside. He's getting like 4-1 over there, at least 4-1.
Yeah, I don't quite understand why they pushed him up that far.
They moved him up, I think, to get shots at the Salems, which I liked. I liked the play, but it feels like he's gone, like he's in the cap. That's too far. That's just too far.
Patch just slapping Bob back and saying, I can hit you too, bud.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's still a Kremlin. You got to respect the thing, or it's going to hurt you. But Patch, I feel like, you know how we normally see a Des Moines down here on this little island, like south of C. I feel like that might have been a decent spot for him. Although, admittedly, admittedly with a daring in the game, that could have also been very bad. Now Patch is going out right here. This Monty Salvo should end him. Yeah.
Boing.
Yep. First kill of the game going to GGWP as they bag one of NACL's battleships in the sea cap. NACL does respond, though they do pick up B. They're still less than 300 points down. NACL bagging a much-needed kill. Both teams on a kill now.
Yep, that was Apple. Just punched that Salem right through the nose.
This is a much better game, Zath. Now, admittedly, and GGWP is responding quickly. Gentleman Walrus's Marceau headed to seed, and basically knowing that there's nothing that those guys can really do to stop him.
Mm-hmm.
And man, Wolfie's Yoshino being highly aggressive over here. Check this out.
Yeah, well, Darth Vader Pug's got a spot, I think, on the gearing on Velius. Velius is forced to make Inky, and I think Wolfie was getting ready to come in and support his teammate.
Well, Wolfie's in a good position to support, but they've got to spot the gearing, and one of the tricks with the Yoshino, of course, it doesn't have that utility. He cannot force the spot. He has no radar.
Killstar goes down on the other side. Wow.
NACL bagging another big kill there. Killstar was in kind of a bad position, stuck bow into the Daring and the Moskva that we're just going to farm him, more or less. So they do bag C, or they will in seconds, but it's going to cost them. They're down a ship now. NACL looking much better this game. Still has a small health advantage. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. NACL still has a small health advantage, very small.
Yeah,
Vader's
but now here comes TGK spotted, and of course we know he's going to be spammed by that Shikishima. Oh,
now.
also Venezia, because
Yep. Now the
exists.
yep. Now Vader's about to get lit by the gearing. I'm wondering if he could be able to counter spot the gearing in return. Not. Yes, they do catch eyes very briefly on the gearing, like literally just for seconds. Good hit on Wolfie as he turns out from the Venezia, but it's
Yeah.
not enough. NACL does bag a cap. They have a cap and a ship lead now. Yugamo in trouble at B, is a little in trouble at B. No, the Daring's just going to hide up. So
Optical now getting ready to back into B cap and try to grab it.
a game that they were down almost 300 points, NACL has clawed their way back into within 30 points, but now pushed off of both A and B again, fixing to lose control of both caps as they're pushing to get Tug over to C, realizing that it's probably empty at this point.
Mm-hmm. Yep, we got Dazzling Fox and Bob the Donut working their way down the 10 line. They're going to have to get moving. They can't really sit there.
No, they're going to be out of the game for several more minutes because they have nothing to shoot at, and I'm assuming they have vision. Yeah, the stuff that they can see is 30 kilometers from them, so they're going to struggle a bit.
Yep. Valius is under sustained fire from Darth Vader Pugs.
This could be a huge engagement. NACL needs this kill badly. They need this gearing to go down so they can retain control of this cap. Vader doing a brilliant job of dodging the Venezia salvo. Velius showing great restraint, not going to the guns, not returning fire. Velius knows if he gets spotted there, the Yoshinos will probably have his number. TGK looks like he's going to take a torp here in the bow.
Yep. All right, C is now being flipped. Look at Admiral Potato in the Moskva just threatening B cap.
Yep. Well, look at the mountain of torps coming into his face. GGWP looking not nearly in control in this game as they were the last game. NACL definitely giving them a run for their money here as the Yoshinos have a little bit of a cluster back here in the backfield.
Are they gonna fuse and form one?
Nah, they'll be okay now. NACL steps back onto B, down only 120 points here with 7 minutes to play in Game 2. Snowboard's Moskva definitely also realizing he's got to get back into the game, right? He's pushing up. I think they're going to bring him up to help cover C. I think NACL realizes that they've got to at least try to keep those points ticking. It looks like they're going to be able to bag B here as well. That'll put them on.
Oh, there goes one of the Yoshinos.
Ooh, the Shikishima finally strikes home, it looks like. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a big kill for GGWP. They needed those points. I feel like, Vader having to dodge yet another Venezia salvo. That gearing detection advantage at A had Velius has just been playing that mercilessly and playing it well.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Commenting earlier about Snowboard, he was set in a kiting away position, expecting Bob and Kaga to just come screaming down that 10 line, and that didn't happen.
Nope.
So that's why he's being turned around. That's what you have to do when you're playing competitive. You don't know what's going to happen. As a salvo coming in a Wolfie, RNG said no.
Snowboard putting his radar up, catching Gentleman Walrus's Marceau off of the cap, and he's got both destroyers lit right there. As Source has now got eyes on Kaga's Salem pushing down the 9 line. He's actually in radar range of Kaga. That could turn out to be bad as well. Snowboard trying to angle away from this Montana salvo coming in.
Yep.
This could be bad. Not as bad as it could have been. But they are going to succeed in pushing him off the cap.
Kaga is found a convenient Salem-sized gap in that torpedo spread.
I feel like it's time for this Yamato and NACL's backfield to move up somewhere, Zath. Like
Well,
he's been chilling.
the problem is that entire side, that entire flank has folded. The Yoshino's
Well,
went to the center. The Yamato kind of stayed put. So now there's nothing to hold the Venezia in check.
I hear you, but look how much. I mean, they have 4 or 5 ships over there against literally being held off the cap by a single gearing and a single daring. I mean, a single Venezia.
Right.
Now, the daring and the Moskva trading really well with Kaga's Salem over here. I expect Kaga's going to have to pop one of his fancy heals. There it goes.
Wolfie down to 3k health. He's just getting spammed hard.
He's got to go dark. Can they continue to see him? They can at the moment.
Oh, he opened up just now.
Well, his heal is ticking. Venezia catches him for a little bit, but not much, as the Shiki shells are actually going in on the Yami. There.
Yeah, they are.
Wolfie goes dark as GGWP crosses the 900 point mark. But this game's not over. NACL could still bag a kill. I still feel like pressure on Velius's gearing is the play. I wish they had kind of done this a little sooner. It looks like the Marceau might be trying to get up there, maybe push him off the cap.
Dangerous though.
It is.
Those torps
they're
right
playing.
Past him.
He's playing a dangerous game, but they're gonna have to take some risks if they want to win. Right? Time's ticking away.
Oh, good.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But like you said, there's that gearing spotting advantage right there.
Solid hit from the Yugamo. Velius is, for my money, Velius is the MVP of this game so far. He's just had nerves of steel over there in the cap. I don't think he's ever even touched his guns. 30 seconds on the timer. GGWP looking good to take this series. 1,000 health for Wolfie as the Montana shells fall in. And there he goes. That's the game.
Wow.
GLHF takes it in straight games here. They'll be moving on to the winner's half of the Alpha Division bracket.
That is correct.